It's gone. Where did it go? This is...
Cargo delivered from the factory is piled up.
But
Everything's covered in dust, so it must be placed here some time ago. Dust under the rain? So we must, essentially.
Oh!
Looks like there are trash cans all around empty.
come on.
Whoever's in charge here must suck at cleaning up, leaving all these boxes around. Hear me out. What if the kidnappees were in these boxes? If they're empty, they're big enough for human bodies.
Figure. Is that...
Who is it? A friend of yours, Master?
Maybe.
So, we gotta track him down, huh?
Not here. Where did you go? Maybe this way?
Any green herbs around?
No. And you're not smoking them either.
The lights are on. The rest of this place must have working electricity too.
Huh?
It doesn't seem like anyone lives here, so why is the power still? And that's a big question. There's a hole in that. Why is there a hole in there? Whatever came out, it came towards us. Whatever broke this wall came out towards us. Wow.
Someone destroyed that giant shutter. It looked pretty sturdy. It would take a huge amount of force to make it look like this.
Just a big truck. You just need a gigantic truck. Like, yeah, you just need a gigantic truck. Velociraptor. Okay, so where are we now? What the?
Stairs? Looks like they lead underground.
You're still going, Master?
Yeah. I have a feeling I need to talk to that person.
Hold on. Okay, we're just... Oh! We're turning into a 2.5 side scroller, huh?
I wonder what's up ahead. Master, you could be falling for a trap, you know.
100%.
That's possible. But I have to go. There's no other evidence around.
Good point. Whether a zombie or death god pops out comes down to your luck, Master.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't like that fan. You see that fan? That fan right up there? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Not a big... I'm not a fan of that.
This corridor goes on forever. How much longer till we reach the end?
And I wonder what lies ahead.
Doctor?
Dr. Weska? What are you doing here?
Dr. Huesca's homunculus?
Hey, it's you. You.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, it's you. You.
He can talk, but he's also bugging out.
Dr. Weska, please, tell me about the homunculi. You were researching homunculi, weren't you?
Homunculi. How do you know about the biggest stain on my life?
Oh, he spoke normally.
He's probably reacting to the word homunculi. He doesn't seem to have completely lost his memories. Doctor, what happened to the homunculus research?
Such a terrible memory. I'm ashamed to say my homunculus research with Amaterasu Corporation fell behind.
Okay.
Rumor had it the UG's research facility was on the doorstep of a successful experiment. So in order to catch up, the homunculus test site up ahead was constructed.
Test site?
There's a homunculus test site up ahead. Is that the real secret lab?
I was getting impatient. I used every method imaginable to complete the research first. Do you dare criticize my methods?
No, not at this point.
No.
I thought so. Sacrifices are necessary during experimentation. I needed our experiment to complete a homunculus first. To silence that pesky unified government. To conduct the experiment in utmost secrecy. I purchased the entire surrounding village and made it a restricted area. And so, 3 years ago, the fateful Project Homunculus began.
What happened in that experiment?
Well, of course. What happened to my experiment? It's been a week since it began.
I'm sorry?
Tell me now. What happened during the blank week?
What?
Tell me. Tell.
Ugh, he keeps breaking down at the worst time. Maybe he just needs a good smack.
The blank week was mentioned again. Maybe it has something to do with the experiments that took place here.
I have a couple of theories bouncing around in my head what could potentially be blank week. If blank week... Okay, if we know about the memories of the homunculus, basically we have gained confirmation that homunculus memories basically occur. They'll take the original's memories from when the DNA is extracted. So whenever that experiment happened is what the homunculi know. I didn't want to bring this up because something in my brain was not clicking, but now I think is the time to bring this up. Where are the originals? If my theory is correct and every single person here is a homunculus, where are the originals? My theory is that blank week, something happened between the homunculi and the originals. I don't know what. I don't have any information as to what. My theory is that the originals were the first meat buns. I wouldn't put it past Dr. Huesca to do that. So Huesca wanting to really perfect and create these homunculi started with homunculi. In order to feed them, fed them their originals in forms of meat buns. So that's why they made this facility. But when you get rid of all the originals, you have no fresh flesh to be able to feed all the homunculus, so you kidnap other human beings in order to feed Kanai Ward. That blank week was the homunculus takeover of Kanai Ward, where every human was put to the sword in the form of meat buns. I think that could be the case, being that this facility literally made meat buns. So it's like, does it include Dr. Huesca? I think so. I think in his desperation, he also experimented on himself. I think blank week is literally that, where like they took a week to literally kill every single original and make them into meat buns in order to feed the homunculi. And then that's why they don't talk about it. Maybe. That's a working theory that I got.
Whatever it is, we should keep moving. The homunculus testing site is up ahead.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see it for ourselves.
Can you kill that many people a week? If there's one homunculus for every one human, it's very possible.
First, let's summarize all we've learned about the homunculi.
Sure, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
10 years ago, the unified government requested that Amaterasu Corporation conduct homunculus research.
Yes.
3 years ago, to compete with the UG's research facility, they built the homunculus testing site. That's where Project Homunculus took place, but we don't know exactly what that entails. And right after the experiments, the blank week mystery occurred.
The masked guy, Makoto Kagutsuchi, appeared at Kanai Ward right after that, too.
Yes.
He somehow got ahead of Peacekeeper Director Yomi and became CEO of Amaterasu.
Which is something due to his... He did something. He made something in order to become a CEO.
He halted the homunculus research, and as a result, the homunculi became an urban legend in Kanai Ward.
And now, 3 years later, you and I descended on this ruined, depressed land of Kanai Ward.
Yeah. Another blowout from the inside out. Okay.
Look! Another really tough-looking shutter has been completely beaten up!
I don't like that.
What happened here? Is this the homunculus testing site?
Yuma.
Yako.
Huh? Shinigami, did you hear that voice just now?
Not really. Must have been the wind.
No, I heard someone call my name.
Yako. Jesus Christ. It's a... sky.
The sun is shining through the ceiling, and since it's not raining here, could we be outside of Kanai Ward?
I can smell the ocean. Maybe this was built over the sea.
So, oh my god, look at all of these test seats. This could literally be all of Kanai Ward.
Whatever, let's go!
I know! And literally this could be all of Kanai Ward's entire populace.
Yuma.
Yako?
There it is! I heard that voice again! It's coming from over there!
You sure? Don't tell me you're bugging out too!
Shinigami, don't start.
Now you're hearing things. Poor master.
I am not going crazy! I really did hear a voice!
Yako?
This is...
Seems like this console controls machines on the other side of the window. Which ones? Which ones? None of the machines are doing anything. Well, it's an abandoned lab.
That's...
I can see a giant ominous machine through the window. Is it used for homunculus research somehow?
What?
It's giving me the heebie-jeebies. Let's stay away! There's a message on the control unit that says none of the machines are in operation.
You.
Hi.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Hey, this guy can actually talk! Who is he?
I've never met him before.
Is this the guy calling you, Master?
No, I don't think so. My name is Yuma. Who are you?
What? You don't know who I am? You must live in the boonies. I'm the CEO of Amaterasu Corporation. Although, I conceded that post to someone else a little while ago.
So you were the original.
Conceded?
Well, this is a homunculus
you mean
of the
to
original.
Makoto Kagutsuchi?
Oh, you're a Makoto's acquaintance. You'll have to excuse me then. A friend of his is a friend of mine. How about a glass of wine, too?
Sorry, I'll pass. Besides, there's something I want to ask you.
Very well. What is it? Ask me anything.
This guy can actually communicate. Hans seems a lot more alert than the others.
How and why, though? That's the thing. How and why is he more alert?
Master, now's your chance to get some answers.
I would like to ask you about the Blank Week mystery.
The Blank Week mystery. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened.
What?
But piecing together the bits and pieces I know, I do have an idea. Back then, a plot about the unified government planning to occupy Kanai Ward had been uncovered.
Okay.
The UG wanted Kanai Ward?
Makes sense.
From what I understand, the Blank Week mystery is a conspiracy the UG set up to take over the city.
Why would the unified government want Kanai Ward?
All of the research that we had.
I have no idea. I suppose it's to steal the rights to Amaterasu Corporation.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Kanai Ward was wiped from the map for some time, just as the UG wanted. But we were saved by my friend, Makoto Kagutsuchi.
It is a fact that the unified government once planned to occupy Kanai.
How did Makoto overcome the threat of Kanai Ward disappearing?
He appeared from nowhere and volunteered to negotiate with the UG. Rumor is, he has a special connection within their ranks. I didn't expect much from him, of course, but it wasn't as if we had any other choice. And before we knew it, the negotiations were complete.
How?
Upon arriving at the negotiation table, he immediately announced that Kanai Ward would be isolated. Unexpectedly, the UG agreed. Both sides accepted a non-intervention condition and concluded negotiations. I suspect some sort of secret arrangement was made regarding homunculus information.
Okay.
Makoto didn't tell you about the details of the arrangement?
Well, that was part of the agreement. Speaking of, there was one other condition. He said if negotiations were successful, I would have to concede my position as CEO to him.
Oh, so he bought the position then, technically.
It's hard to believe you gave up your seat as CEO to a complete stranger.
I agree. It's a ridiculous story, but without him, the UG would have occupied Kanai Ward, and Amaterasu would have been consumed. I wanted to protect this company, and he wanted to protect Kanai Ward. Our interests aligned, and I was already quite up there in age. Makoto loves Kanai Ward and its residents.
Despite living only for a short period of time.
I knew I could entrust this land to him.
Do you think Makoto bleeds purple or red? Purple. I'm willing to bet he bleeds purple.
But why the trade-off? Why did he want to be CEO of Amaterasu Corporation?
Something smells off about it. The fact that he was almost easily able to negotiate the isolation of Kanai Ward feels like he's a plant from UG. It feels like he was a plant of UG, and UG actually successfully took control of Kanai Ward.
He can protect Kanai Ward without it, right?
But Kanai Ward is now entirely Amaterasu Corporation itself. And I know that he said he wanted to stop homunculus research immediately. In retrospect, There's no denying that the research was extremely inhumane.
You don't say.
So Makoto became CEO of Amaterasu just to stop the homunculus research?
Ultimately, I can say the decision to concede my position to him was the right one.
Why is CEO's eyes bleeding? He's homunculus.
Under his leadership, Amaterasu expanded its businesses. Their total assets now rival that of the UG. Long live Amaterasu, right?
To save Kanai Ward from the unified government's plot. Our CEO was in the restrict area.
Come to think of it, wasn't the former CEO of Amaterasu Corp.
Murdered.
The previous CEO died in an accident. But my guess is that actually...
You think Yomi is responsible?
That's just a guess, mind you.
Yomi must have killed him for giving away the CEO position to Makoto. With that in mind, I don't know if he actually made the right decision.
Well, if Yomi was the CEO, the city would be in much worse shape.
Yuma.
Yako, stop it.
There it is again! I heard it clearly this time!
Thank you for your time, sir. I appreciate it.
I heard it clearly this time.
Then that voice is close by, right? Let's try looking for it, Master.
I mean, we're walking here. I can't run, apparently. Why would Makoto let himself become like it if he was planted by the UG?
This is...
Getting closer, there are a bunch of capsule-type things on the machine. Because here's the thing. In order to answer your question, let's put in perspective what the UG and what Kanai Ward's doing. If both of them were doing homunculus research, Kanai Ward wanted to just take DNA from literally everyone. UG, however, took extra legal precautions in choosing which DNA was used in order to make their homunculi. My theory stems from number one. Because mind you, the UG was extra particular of who they took DNA from. That's why I'm thinking number one, who works in the WDO, who works for the UG, let his DNA be taken, thus creating Makoto. Yeah. Gross, they kind of look like insect eggs. I don't want to be around here.
Kanai Ward's remaining unsolved mysteries. A brave master ventures deeper into the lab in search of the unknown. A never-before-seen device, suspicious equipment, a master prowling into a treacherous lab. And then...
Boom pow? And then?
What? What happened?
You'll have to read the Master Goes Exploring series.
Great.
Jeez, I thought something suddenly popped out. Anyway, don't go making up a series about me.
Ugh, were you born joyless, Master?
I mean, baby.
So, you're the one who's been calling for me,
Yako.
Chief.
Huh? Fuzzhead, really? This guy?
Hey. You're in the sun, though. Be careful.
I'm happy to see you, even if it's like this. Do you remember me?
Be careful.
Yuma.
Yes, I'm Yuma! Chief, you understand me? This is for me?
Thank you. You best hide where there's no sun, my dude. I think there's a reason why you were in the
Wait,
rain.
Please hear me out! Just
Yuma.
for a little while!
Leave him alone.
Master, wait.
Why?
Nothing good will come from chasing after the dead. Just let him go.
But...
No.
Don't you think you should be looking at what Fuzz had left for you instead? I think that's what he wants.
Fine.
Yako, you're a good man.
Chief Yako, thank you for everything!
Okay. Luckily, there's a computer right here.
The computer still works. Now I can check the disc the chief gave me.
Okay. Weska.
Is the camera on?
Uh-huh.
Well, I hope it's recording. Let's begin. Leaving this video is the greatest stain on my career as a researcher.
Okay.
But given the tragedy about to occur,
About to
this
occur.
record will be of great assistance.
About to occur?
It is currently 2 a.m.
Okay.
14 hours have passed since Project Homunculus began. I'll get straight to the point. Project Homunculus is a failure.
Okay.
Something unexpected occurred in our efforts to find suitable DNA. Although we successfully created homunculi, the results have been dubbed defective.
Okay.
Defective homunculi have a fatal flaw to them. In the revival process, their intelligence is lost.
Oh.
They are reduced to nothing but senseless, flesh-seeking monsters. There is also another flaw.
So basically, everything but the synapses of intelligence are able to be recreated, which makes sense. It would make sense because it would be hard to recreate synapses. The synapses themselves is already hard enough to kind of replicate through amnesia, combating amnesia, dementia, things of that matter. So, yeah.
In a previous experiment, a defective homunculus was exposed. Trying to adjust for it worked against us. Made them even more violent, and we are in hell itself. They're nothing more than monsters. It's here.
It's here?
Listen, defective homunculi will devour humans down to their bones. They will drink every last drop of your blood. At this rate,
What the...
That was Dr. Weska, right? Looks like a zombie got to him.
But Project Homunculus supposedly happened 3 years ago. If the doctor died in a failed experiment 3 years ago,
We were talking to his homunculus.
then who was the Dr. Weska I met in Amaterasu's lab?
We were talking to the homunculus.
I mean, he is right there. Why not ask him?
Oh, right.
Wait, dude. Had lost all reasons seem to be attracted to sound.
Dr. Weska, please tell me, do you remember what happened in the experiment 3 years ago?
hey, it's you.
Damn
Hey,
it.
Ron.
It's no use.
The video could have been fake.
No.
Maybe if it was just some random disc, but Chief Yako went out of his way to give it to me. It has to be an important clue.
But the last part was nothing but static, so there's no telling what he was saying.
See, chat, you and I are kind of smart on this, and we can put 2 and 2 together and make a fish. At this point, we're waiting for Yuma and Shinigami to catch up.
The homunculi have some sort of flaw. If they have a weakness, we need to know it.
Did you get to meet your benefactor? Perhaps
Benefactor?
you've finally obtained the truth.
Ha! Not yet.
Speaking of which, don't you think you should return to the factory? Kurumi is in danger.
Right.
What?
Hey, Master!
You really never give up, do you?
Why would I?
Despite all the murders you've seen, despite getting knocked out over and over again, you were framed as a criminal, and even murdered real criminals in the name of truth.
And? Your point? This is when we were smart. I believe you all are smart. You wouldn't be here otherwise.
I'm surprised you still call yourself a detective. Oh, to be clear, that's a compliment. A normal person would have fled. Anyone with even the slightest bit of a conscience wouldn't be able to take it. And yet, here you are. It'd be one thing if you were using your abilities, but you're actually using a Death God's powers, aren't you?
Huh? This guy knows about me? How?
Perhaps you're trying to corner me with all these acrobatics. But in truth, this is the worst possible move you can make. You can never outsmart me.
Want to bet? You want to bet? Yuma just needs to listen to us on the other side of his ear. If he's number one's homunculus, he'll have number one's memories. And number one knows about the Book of Death, so makes sense.
She's not here. Kurumi, where are you?
Quit shouting.
Knowing that Flatty's personality, she wouldn't go back the way she came. Try looking for her up ahead.
Right. Let's look that way first.
Yeah, quit shouting.
Right here, Master!
Before you know it, the truth is right in front of you.
Okay.
Have you been enjoying my party?
Really?
So, it is you after all. Makoto Kagutsuchi! It's you, isn't it? The white smoke that knocked us out at the detective agency was from that gift you gave me! What's your goal here? What are you trying to make me do?
Please continue enjoying the rest of the tour.
Damn it!
How many times did I warn you to stay away from him? You should have listened!
We had to get in touch with him no matter what. There was no avoiding this.
It's all too late now. Besides, I'm sure from the moment I got on the Amaterasu Express, I was fated to meet Makoto.
It's too obvious of a setup to call it fate. This is way more like the perfect crime or something.
Go. You're just collecting meat buns. Okay. There's another room.
Master, look!
Bank? The slaughter artist?
Is that the hitman who killed the chief? Is it you? Is it really you? Are you Fink the slaughter artist?
Hold on, Master! He's not in any condition to talk!
I did my job.
He talked!
Just like always, the only difference, the target was a detective.
Is he talking about what happened?
During the hit, lot of commotion. Still, I did my job. I knew it'd be a tough job from the start, but I couldn't refuse Makoto Kagutsuchi.
introduced me.
What? Makoto introduced you to Yako?
Huh?
The client didn't. No. But otherwise, I would have refused the job. After completing the job, I was told I knew too much. Damn!
Master, if what he's saying is true, Makoto was the one who instigated the chief to hire the hitman.
No. Wait. No. That information doesn't make sense. Yomi planned all of it. Yomi was the only one who had access to be able to give the map to Yako. But Makoto... It's two-pronged. It's both. It's two-pronged. It's two-pronged. Chief Yako was instigated by Yomi, but Makoto was the one who introduced Chief Yako to Fink the Slaughter Artist. It was two-pronged. It was two separate situations that lined up perfectly for Yako. Because I don't think Yomi would have any interest in Fink the Slaughter Artist. He'd want to get Yako to get killed. He'd want Yako to face his consequences. So Makoto offered Yako an alternate route to get out of there and not be tortured by Yomi. And Makoto set up the meeting to where he could meet Fink the Slaughter Artist. That's why Yako was able to avoid Yomi's torture and punishment. Holy shit. Mild 4D chess. That is brilliant. Insane, but brilliant. Holy shit.
Does that mean he knew about the chief and Yomi's plot and took advantage of it?
Yeah, he knew.
All to eliminate Yomi. And he took the chief's life, too. Even me being there was part of his plan. He's had me in the palm of his hand all along. If that's the case, I'll make him pay!
Yako was pulled in every conceivable
Killing the
direction.
hitman once the job was complete. Makoto Kagutsuchi sure is thorough.
Yep.
It's like he's totally emotionless. At this point, I respect the guy more than I fear him.
And there's the filling for the meat buns. Okay. Another body there, so I need to...
You're all bunched up over there again. I think we can stick to the same old strategy.
There. What do you mean there was a clue? What? What do you mean there's a clue? What do you mean? Oh, ha! There you go. This is the boiler. It produces a ton of heat.
I get it.
Maybe the heat's moving the turbines to create electricity. Okay. Fubu keys.
These clothes belong to Fubuki.
Ah, poor thing. Yet again, another one of your friends was devoured.
You may think we're stupid. We're not that stupid.
The biggest dimwit survived the longest. Perhaps thanks to her overpowered ability.
You're hilarious if you think this is actually her, dude. Come on.
It's Fubuki's handwriting.
Homunculus experiment report. My apologies. I do not understand what is on the computer screen, so I will copy it down, word for word. 3 years ago, the Unified Government's research facility successfully created the first homunculus. The secret to their success was the DNA used as the core for their artificial cells. Their focus was on individual differences in DNA, so they experimented with various peoples. They found success in one person's DNA, someone believed to have the world's greatest mind.
Does it happen to be number 1? Number 1 was said to be a genius. So, number 1's DNA was the perfect DNA. Interesting.
But because of that greatest mind, the completed homunculus was able to reflect on its condition. As a result, it realized it was a homunculus and escaped the research facility.
Oh shit. If Makoto is indeed number 1's homunculus and it escaped, it ran to Kanai Ward and then used its being, its literal existence, as blackmail against the UG. And halted homunculus research altogether. It became fucking self-aware and said, fuck this shit! Oh my god. Makoto, you're a fucking genius. I fucking despise you, but you're a genius.
Currently, that specimen is still missing.
Nope, it's here.
So the UG's research facility successfully created a homunculus 3 years ago.
And Project Homunculus occurred at the same time.
So that's why Amaterasu Corp grew impatient.
The key point is that the specimen went missing. Probably has nothing to do with this city, though.
It has everything to do with... He didn't want more to be like him to be created. Exactly. He didn't want more homunculi to be created.
But what's this about someone having the best brain in the world? They gotta be exaggerating.
Unless you're a top-tier detective who always values the truth above everything else. Kurumi, you dumb! Come here!
Kurumi!
Come here!
Are you okay? Where were you?
I'm sorry. I thought I saw someone who looked like Aiko.
And I appreciate that and I understand that, but at least a warning would have been nice.
Aiko? Your friend who passed away 6 months ago?
Yes. I lost you when I went looking for her.
We established these clothes and bones aren't our friends. Where in the world? I want to know. I think they're in homunculus pods. You remember seeing those pods in that facility? Those probably were used to take the DNA out and create homunculi. Pretty sure they're in one of those pods.
But I got to talk to her a bit. She looked and talked differently from how I remembered. Still, I finally got to say goodbye. I think she understood.
That's good to hear. I got to see Chief Yako back there too.
The chief? Did you speak to him?
Yeah.
No, not really. But he did hand me something that exposes the truth about this place.
That sounds like something the chief would do. Oh, right. There was something I remembered after talking with Aiko.
What?
What do you mean? I'm so glad Kurumi's alright.
You don't have to pause, just tell me.
What did you remember?
Aiko really hated syringes. She'd raise hell whenever the school gave out vaccines.
Yeah.
Where's this coming from?
I'm getting there. I mentioned syringes to see if it was really Aiko I was talking to. Then I suddenly remembered. A few years ago, something bizarre happened in the city.
What happened?
Everyone in Kanai Ward had to take a blood test. The peacekeepers ordered it, and no one could refuse.
So that's how they got all their DNA.
A forced blood test?
Back then, we were told it was to test for a contagious disease. I had no reason to doubt it at the time. But my grandpa didn't actually get tested. He said it was suspicious how the peacekeepers were enforcing it.
You mean your grandpa who went missing?
Yeah. And you know what? Grandpa disappeared right after the blood test. He and his friends did everything they could to make sure no one found out they avoided the test. But right after it happened, Grandpa was caught and completely vanished.
It being blank week?
The same happened to anyone who didn't take the test.
They killed every original human that didn't have a homunculus first. They went after people who didn't create homunculi. It's either they did it before or after they killed the originals. Oh dear God.
Hold on, Kurumi. By it, do you mean the blank week mystery?
Huh? Yeah, I do.
So you know about it. Tell us anything you know about it.
All I've heard is that the blank week mystery is a taboo within Kanai Ward. Can you tell me about it? What exactly is the blank week?
I can't tell you anything.
Is it a physicality where you literally can't, like you physically can't because there's some sort of beta blocker? Or is it just so taboo that you're so used to not saying it?
What? Why? No matter who you ask, you'll get the same answer. That's because no one remembers it.
There it is. Okay, so it's literally no one remembers that week.
What do you mean? You don't remember?
I woke up one day and the entire city was ruined. It was like a tornado had swept through. Not only were the outdoors destroyed, but the inside of our homes too. Something terrible must have happened while we were sleeping, but none of the residents remember a thing.
How could that be possible?
It's actually very possible.
In fact, my home was torn to pieces too. But I don't remember anything that happened back then.
Hear me out. 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 If the entire city was destroyed, we've already seen that the facility was broken out of, as in like things that were in that facility broke out and escaped. And we've already heard from the doctor that these homunculi become violent. And let's be quite frank here. Only the strength of a fucking truck, a semi-truck, would break through not one, but two gigantic slated metal doors. Essentially, what if the homunculi got so violent, they literally went on a rampage and started straight up killing everyone? So it didn't matter that they were... So basically the meat buns were kind of out the window. What if they just attacked everyone? And that's why there was such a big tornado flew around the town. So they literally just started straight up attacking people. And then, sorry, I'm thinking, in terms of the events that happened, then Makoto came around and created something that literally made him CEO. He also negotiated the deal. What if he, like we mentioned before, made the rain? If he made the rain to like stop the ultraviolet light from the sun, if we're thinking that the sun, the ultraviolet rays from the sun is what makes all the homunculi violent, if he made the rain, it would have stopped. And thus, that's why they can't remember anything, because when they flew into that bit of rage, because Wesker said that they tried to use ultraviolets to be able to control the homunculi, but it got worse. It actually, like it intensified to an even more violent state. And then, because the rain was blocking out the ultraviolet rays, they woke up and didn't even remember what happened. Because it was that massive of an attack. So, and mind you, Huesca said they ate people down to the bones. They eat everything down to the bones of people. So there would be very little evidence of the originals. Unless someone went around collecting every single skeleton of the originals. Huh. That's rather intriguing. It makes sense. But if they could also remove the memories. This facility makes literal life. They could 100% produce very simple beta blockers to block out memories. So 100% that could be possible the case. Wow. Sorry, I'm more like intrigued of all this happening, having all of this information. So yeah, sorry. Again, These are theories. We have to wait until the mystery lab to be able to confirm all of this.
But that's not all. Within that time, the date in Kanai Ward had moved forward by a week.
So it was a full week event of slaughter.
A whole week passed while you were asleep?
I think so. But we never quite found out what really happened. When we woke up, everyone in Kanai Ward barely even noticed that it had been completely ravaged. Businesses with dealings outside the city were aware they had a week of no activity. But right afterwards, Kanai Ward was completely isolated, so no one could look into it.
Okay.
In the end, it was all forgotten while things were still uncertain. No, I think it's more accurate to say we chose to forget. It was all too bizarre and scary.
So trauma. Basically, you all trauma blocked it out.
It kind of became a touchy subject, and no one wanted to talk about it.
So that's why the blank week mystery became taboo.
There were lots of different rumors about it at the time, but no one knows what really happened. Some people said that Kanai Ward's clocks had all malfunctioned. Some said we were all drugged by some organization. Others think our internal clocks got messed up and we all fell asleep for a week. But we don't know the truth.
Katie, you can yell. And MK, you can also yell. But don't yell at each other, fuckers.
What do you think happened? It's like time froze for the whole city.
We figured it out. They need to show their work.
All we know is that my grandfather and others like him completely vanished back then. Kanai Ward's unending reign also began right after those events.
Huh?
No yelling at the void.
The blank week mystery triggered it?
Maybe. It took a week to invent an endless cloud generating machine. I mean, yeah, if you're not a scientist, it would take you a bit to figure it out.
This is so mysteriful.
A little bit.
That's...
I see.
It's alright. Sorry, I
Thank
clicked
you.
too early.
Even I don't know what's going on here.
What do you thought to Makoto now? He's still a jerk. I want to kick him in the teeth.
But all that info sure seems useful. She should have told us about that sooner.
Can I whisper into the... No.
You can't blame her. It's taboo, remember?
And you really can't blame her. Again, like, it's a trauma thing. Literally, I would like to imagine all of us can agree here that if you were a violent cannibal that literally got triggered from the sun and you just went on a zombie rampage Donnie style from the wild thornberries, I don't think necessarily your brain would want to remember that sort of thing. So after, like, you calm down a little bit, you ate the Snickers bar that is the humans that you originally came from, it would be more of like, what just happened? What's going on? My brain doesn't want to put 2 + 2 = 4. I think I'm just gonna block it out. And that's a natural brain reaction. That literally is how DID is kind of like enforced, like it kind of like developed from traumatic fucking experiences. It's not their fault. They literally kind of like, they're not okay when they're hungry. They just needed a Snickers bar.
By the way, Yuma, did you search the whole factory?
Most of it?
What's the truth that voice was talking about?
I still don't know. But I haven't checked everything. I don't know what's behind that door.
We've already come this far. We might as well check everything.
Wait! Don't go alone! It's too dangerous!
You need to stop running past us, bitch. Sorry, I'm calling you a bitch. I'm so sorry.
Before she thinks.
Like, you need to stop running ahead of us. At least Fubuki stayed behind the first time she fucking ran ahead.
What's wrong?
Well, I think I heard some strange noises inside.
I also hear something.
Hold on. Do I hear anything? I hear the grunting of homunculi. That's all I hear. You're not you when you're hungry. Eat a human. Thank you for the $2. How did the fake fox guy keep insanity if he's homuncular? The fake fox guy? He was saying if he was a homuncular. Because every homunculus is different. It's not like all of them are the same zombified state. There are some who are able to have some medium of control. It's all based on the DNA.
Kurumi, it might be dangerous up ahead. I'll go first.
Huh? But...
Leave this to a detective. I'll be right back once I've confirmed it's safe. Then we can check it out together. Please don't disappear on me again. You had me worried back there.
Please.
Okay. But... please be careful.